All right, there we go, guys. So I think we're gonna be live. Let's see if I can share this video to everyone to make sure that people are being aware of it. And I'll start in a couple of seconds. But I want to make sure that go. All right, we'll share the video to everyone. If you guys are watching this live, I want to share it as well. Please feel free to share it with people you know, people you think are gonna benefit from it. And the goal here is to get some people. What I'll do is I'll recap everything we talked about in the online trading summit. I'll make sure that you guys are aware of it and that you guys benefit, even if you not watched the event at all. Okay, even if you've not been watching it, you'll get something out of it. So let me share this in the group. There you go. Post in the group. I'll just share it once more here. We'll get it. Awesome. So that way people are going to be able to join us live. And as I said, guys, if you're watching this live now, share it with people you know that you think could benefit from it. What I'll do is I'll recap everything we talked about. So even if you've not watched the event at all, even if you were not live with me during the online trading summit, I'll recap everything we talked about so you guys can get the most out of it in a short time. And then I'll answer your question. Then I'll provide you with some answers to questions that people often have, okay, which is people have a lot of questions sometimes about this. So during this event, which was held on was it on Wednesday, we talked about two basic thing. Okay, first basic aspect is going to be the Forex Trader Success Path. So how to go from starting to trade to getting some money in trading, getting some being profitable. And then the second part of that whole summit is how you take this, but how do you stay consistent with it? How do you keep making money over time? Because that was the second part that we talked about. And there's going to be 5 steps for each of them, 5 keys that you have to consider. And some people got a lot of value out of it. Some people didn't get that much value. They were frustrated because it's new to them. But I want to make sure that you guys pick out of this the best, use it, you apply it, and then you move forward. Then you go forward. Then you take the next step. Okay? And people often have the tendency to stay focused in the I know everything mode, right? They think they know everything. They think that they heard that a couple of times so that they're gonna know everything, and they don't take any action. So I want you guys to take action if you have something new. Also, if it's something you heard a couple of times, I want you to take action and to use it. Okay, ask yourself if you've implemented that thing before, and if not, then it's a problem. Then you need to do something. You need to implement something. So I'll recap all that stuff that we talked about. There's a lot. There's 5 points for each, as I said. And really, when you start to trade, you're going to start. That's the first step. You're going to start completely inexperienced, right? When that's when your confidence is at its highest and your skill set is at its lowest. So you can have a hard time there. And probably the biggest mistake people make in the first stage is that they're going to want to learn how to trade. They're going to want to learn how to do everything, right? How to use technical analysis, how to take setups. And the way I recommend here is not, if you're just starting out trading, it's not to learn all that stuff, buy all the books, but it's to start to read about other traders, start to talk with other traders, start to see how other people are doing it, how they think, right? Because you want to incorporate their mindset to your trading. And the more you can incorporate their mindset to your trading, the better you'll be. So people that are just going to read books and technical analysis from the start, they're really making a mistake there. And if you surround yourself with things you see like in movies about traders, you're really having a bad start here. So you should really start with getting the mindset of traders. That means talking with traders, reading books about the stories, how to do it. Things like Market Wizard or Millionaire Trader could really help. And then you want to start to try to think like them, right? Start to think how they think. And that's going to give you a good edge from the start. Now, of course, you're going to have to start to learn about technical stuff in the future, right? You have to go through that phase. but not from the very start, right? And you want to get the right mindset, as I said. Next thing is going to be to get set up. Okay. Getting set up means you have to find a broker, you have to create a plan. And what people are going to do there, they're going to want to find the perfect broker, right? The broker that's going to answer all their questions, or that's going to be the best broker out there. But I'll tell you that there's no best broker out there. Okay, there's not one broker that's going to like fix all your problems. So what you want to do when you want to find a broker is you want to pick the one that is going to answer your needs, right? And a couple of things you could do is you start to look at them, start to see how their customer service is, whether they answer your question, whether they provide you with tips, whether they fix your problem. And then you look at their platform. Because I've seen brokers with really bad platform. But if you don't try it, and you just go with them with your full live account, you'll be stuck with a really bad platform. Okay, so you want to pick someone that, like a broker that works for you, that has a good platform, and that's going to really be respectable to you, that's going to answer your question. Okay, that's really key here. And the cost is not going to be super important in that case. If they have a good service and the cost is a little bit higher, I think it's going to be fine, right? I think you don't need to care that much about the cost. But you do need to be careful, because some brokers are going to charge per transaction, so like a fixed amount, and some brokers are going to charge a spread on the currency pair. Now, if you're going to trade really low time frame, you're going to be, and if you're going to pay like a fixed amount, then that's going to be better. But if you have to trade, if you have to scalp and you pay a big spread all the time, then it's going to be more challenging for you to do that. So research that and make sure that you know which broker would work best for your situation. Okay, but there's no one best broker for everything, for sure. And then the next step is going to be mastery, right? Because so many people are going to get in trading and they're going to want to learn everything at once. They want to know how to trade. They want to know how to look at price action. They want to know how to put indicators on the chart and how to use them. They want to know how to take profit, how to put their stop loss, all at once. But I say, instead of going to everything at once, try to master one thing. Try to go one thing at a time and really master everything you look at. So master market phase, master support resistance, master price action. But you cannot pick everything at once, right? You have to go one by one. You have to pick them one by one. And you have to test yourself on every skill that you learn. So let's say that's what I did. I started to learn, let's say, price action. Now, I started to look at price action, read books about price action, everything about price action. And then I test myself. Can I really apply price action correctly? And if not, then I have to go back and I have to review again, read again. But if I can test myself and apply it correctly, then I move to the next step. The next step might be how to use an indicator. And then I want to pick one that I'll focus on. So really mastering every single aspect one by one. And over time, you'll get the full strategy, a full plan from these things that you master one by one. Because if you go with everything at once, you're going to be stressed, you're going to be confused, and you'll have a really hard time to keep going and stay focused. So I want you guys to pick one and really focus on mastering one aspect first and then move to the next. And that's how you build your skill. Now, next thing was about, I'm just looking at my note here, but next thing was about expectation. And I said you have to kill your expectation. Expectation are really dangerous in trading, right? When you expect to earn certain money or to earn a percentage of return, it's gonna kill your money. It's gonna kill your account. So you have to kill those expectations first, because so many people are gonna ask me like, how much money can they make trading in a month? And then I'll kind of refocus them, because they're not focusing on the process now. They're focusing on the outcome. And if you want to get the result, the outcome, you have to think first of the process. So can you really execute correctly? Can you really take your trade like a pro? Can you really be disciplined, right? Those are things you focus on first. And then when you've done that, then you might start to look at the return and start to look at how much you can get and can you do better. But if you start with the mindset of getting the return and focusing on how much percentage can I get next month, you're going to be stuck, you're going to be stressed, and you'll have a really hard time to get to take the setup. Or you'll probably avoid setup, or you'll take too many of them. So key here, focus on killing your expectation first. Like the first month you're going to trade, you shouldn't have any expectation. Second month, same thing. Third month, same thing. until probably the 6th month, where now you can start to see a curve in your return, see how it goes, and then you start to plan. Well, can I get, let's say you got 7% last month. Can I get to, let's say, 8 or 9, right? Could I challenge myself to do that? And then you can start to think about that, because then you know you're stable, you know you have the process, you master the process, and it's much easier than to not be stressed. So kill your expectation right now. And next step is all about keeping track of your progress, because so many people don't have any journal, right? They don't, I'll just put that here. They don't have any journal, they don't track anything. And if you're not tracking anything, you're not tracking your progress. You have no clue, no idea how you're doing. So you need to track every single trade you take, but also every single feeling you have, because you want to know what feeling you have, because you want to know how it affects the trading. Okay, if a day you feel bad, it's gonna be reflected in your trading. If a day you feel really good, it's gonna be affected in your trading. You want to track how you feel, track your trades, and most importantly, track your lessons, because you're gonna learn lessons. And if you don't track your lessons, well, you'll forget them. And that's what happened to me so many times. I was learning so many things pretty quickly sometimes, but I would not track anything. I would just say, well, it's fine, I'll remember that stuff. And then I would just go back to the next trade. But if you don't learn your lesson and you don't track them to learn them, you're going to forget them. So you want to track everything you learn from now on. And pick, like the best example will be to pick a journal like this. That works amazingly well. It's really great to track your lesson. Of course, it has to fall. To track your lessons and to make sure you're constant and that you make progress. Okay? So key here. And then this is pretty much it for how you get successful in trading, right? So you start from inexperience, you stay careful there. You go to getting set up, then you go to mastering things over time. You manage your expectation, right? Don't have too many expectation. And last thing is really about keeping track of your progress and making sure that you celebrate the accomplishment. Okay, whenever you have good things happening, you want to celebrate. When you have bad things, you want to make sure you get yourself up. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Now, if you guys have any question, comment below in the video. I want to make sure that I am aware of them. Okay, I see a couple of comments here. If you guys have any questions, type them there. I'll answer them at the end, because I want to go with the next thing, the next steps. But just comment below, either on the Facebook page or somewhere else, and I'll probably get the notification somewhere. I'll be able to answer the question there. Now, the question that comes next is, now you've made some money, right? Now you know how to trade, you know how to follow the process, but how do you stay consistent? Because so many people are gonna make money trading for a few months, but then they're gonna crash, like right away. They're gonna crash for the next like 5 months or so. And they're not staying consistent with the process. And there's a few reasons for that. So I want to give you 5 tips here that are gonna make you consistent over time, and are gonna ensure that you stay stabilized over time. Doesn't mean you'll make money every month, right? That's pretty impossible. But it means that over time, you're gonna be able to get back from a losing month, or you're gonna be able to recover if you have a couple of bad trades, or if you have a bad month. Okay, so I want to give you those 5 keys, which I shared in the online trading summit last Wednesday. Right. So first one is all about being in the right mindset. You want to have a probability mindset. That means what? That means that you know every single trade could be wrong or could be right. So every single trade you could lose that money. And that's why we're not going to risk too much on a trade. That's why we don't risk 10% on a trade. Because we know every single trade is going to be possibly wrong. It's going to be possibly a loss. And people who risk too much, they're really getting themselves at risk to lose their whole account. Because you know that you have a certain average winning, let's say on a trade, on a specific strategy, but you don't know the order. You don't know whether the 10 losses are going to come first and then the 10 wins are going to come after. We don't know how it's going to go. So you want to make sure you manage your risk that way. And then it's all about, looking at my notes, then it's all about the beliefs. Okay? Managing your belief, because Van Thorp said it, the beliefs you have in trading are going to be reflected in your vision of the market. Okay, the way you see the market is going to be affected by your beliefs. And that's key here. Because if you think that you have to master everything, every single pattern on the chart, you're going to want to master them. And you're going to think that that's how it works. But if you think that trading is simple and that you can just look at a few things, a few key things, then that's what you're going to do. And that's what's going to probably work for you. Okay, so the way you see the market, if you see the market as messy and random and complicated and not possible to read, well, guess what you're going to see on the chart? It's going to be messy, it's going to be tough to read, and you won't have any clue about how to trade. So think about this here. And there's a good example I gave in the webinar in the Trading Summit, which is basically you take a train, okay? It's a picture of a train, and you could basically see the train. If you focus your mind, you could see the train going forward. Or if you focus your mind another way, you could see the train going backward. So there's two ways of seeing the same thing, the exact same thing. And that's what you believe are showing you. That's what you believe are impacting in trading. You have to be careful of them. And the next step goes with that, is being aware. Andrew Winokur is really the best guy to talk about awareness, about how to be aware. Because you need to be aware. Trading, he says, is all about being aware of how you feel and knowing it, right? Tracking it. Because if you have emotions and you're not aware of them, that's where it becomes really dangerous to trade. If you are, let's say, greedy, or if you are angry, or if you are stressed, and you don't know it necessarily, you don't analyze yourself to know it, then you're just gonna trade, you're gonna take bad actions, bad reactions, and you're gonna lose money. So you wanna know, you wanna be aware of how you feel and how you perform. So that's why journaling is super important here, because you wanna track all the time how you feel and why you feel that way. Okay? Those are the two keys. How you feel, why you feel that way. Because so many times we're gonna track how we feel. Like, it's good to know I feel stressed or I feel angry now. I just lost a trade. I feel bad. But why do I feel that way? Right? When you know why, when you know the why behind the reason, it's much easier than to take the right action. If I know that I feel bad because I've had 10 trades losing in a row, then I know that this is not any good reason to feel angry, right? It's not any good reason. It's not valid. Then I can take the right action. I can stay present for the next trade. So that's pretty much how it goes. And then after that, it's going to be about habits, right? The fourth step is really habits. Do you have the right habits to trade in your trading? And there's a couple of things you can look at here. There's the morning routine, there's the evening routine, there's the get back up routine, which is really when you feel down, when you have couple of bad trades. How do you get back up? How do you revitalize yourself? How do you make sure you stay focused? Right? That's really how it goes. It's going to be different for everyone. We cannot have like one thing for everyone, one routine for everyone that's going to work. Some people like to take a walk. Some people like to think. People like to take a pause and read. It's just going to depend for you how you want to do this. And you want to make sure that you have some sort of habits to take your losses, but also to get ready when you trade. Right? Because so many people are going to just get to trading, get to their computer and trade. That's the only thing they know. But if they don't have the habits of checking the news, habit of looking at patterns in the market, right? That's going to make it much harder for them to keep going. And they're going to be really inconsistent. I'll tell you that, let's say, if I was not checking the news for a month and just trading like that, when I get to my computer, I would be crashing. And I wouldn't make any money. Because it has to be the habit. It has to be something that I do every single day. And I've made it a habit to do it every single day now. So if you don't have the right habits, think about the habits you need to succeed. And a lot of them are going to be maybe with mindfulness, meditation. Okay, there's a wide range of things, but habits are going to be super useful and super dangerous because they're easy to do and they're easy not to do, right? You could simply not do the habit, not track your trade. You could do it like, well, today I'm not tracking my trades. That's it. Okay, I'm not doing it. I just don't feel like it. It's easy not to do. So if you don't do it, you're going to get the bad result. But if you do it, and it's easy to do also, you're going to get the good result. So you're only one decision away from the result you want to have. Okay? So think about that. And last step is really my favorite. It's going to be to get around other traders. Get around other people with the same passion. And that's where I saw the biggest improvement. Okay, when I started to get around the traders, meet other traders, I really saw a big difference in my trading. I really saw that things changed. That I was able to get the right mindset just from talking with traders. And you have to get to meet other traders in person or online. So my podcast is gonna probably be great for that because you're gonna be able to hear traders, hear how they think, hear how they do things. But you have to go probably out there and meet traders, right? Every month I make it a duty to be around other traders, to talk with them, to meet with them, and to make sure that I like share my lesson, they share the lessons, and to make sure we progress like that. So that's also an habit I have every single month, meeting other traders, talking with them, and making sure that I stay in the right mindset because it's really easy to lose the mindset of trading, let's say. So it's really easy to get complacent for a while and then go back to the old way of thinking or to kind of lose the good mindset. But if you stay around other people with similar goals or even have higher goals than you, right? They're more advanced than you, then you're gonna be much inclined to keep going and you're gonna put in the action. I'll tell you, you'll put in the action you need to take. So that's really a big key here. So if you guys have any question, I'll just recap this. How to be consistently profitable. It's all about probability mindset, being aware of your belief. Well, just tracking your belief, making sure that your beliefs are in line with what you want. Then being aware, tracking how you feel, why you feel that way. Habits, you need to create a good habits. And being around other traders. Okay, those are the 5 keys here to stay consistent. If you guys have any question, comment somewhere. I saw I had a couple of comments. I have to check a few places, but I'll try to see them. If you guys have any question, comment, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as this is loading. Let's see how that. Okay. Hector had a good question. Hector, what page do you recommend for news? So there's like probably many sites to check news, but the one I just like is Forex Factory. So just go on forexfactory.com and I'll put the link below. It's gonna be pretty simple that way. So forexfactory.com. And this is the main one. The way I do it is I'll take all the news there and I'll just put a filter to get the most important one. Because I don't care about the non important news or the news with a medium impact. I care with really the biggest news, like the NFP, unemployment, or stuff like that, or GDP, right? So those news, I'll put a filter to get only those. I'll look at them like every day in the morning. That's the first step. Before looking at the chart, before looking at anything, that's like the first step. That's what I do. So looking at the news for the day, and of course you want to probably avoid trading in the news. That's another topic, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any question, let me know. You guys know that during the webinar, I offered people to join the academy for a special offer, special price. It's I'll just tell it now. If you guys want to join, it's $259 per year. But that means you can join now. Don't have to think about it for a whole year, which is pretty cool, right? You can be there, and that's really where we'll see the difference between people who take their success seriously, right? Who put in the effort, put in the work to learn and to grow, and the people who just don't care and want to be at their own rhythm, right? Want to just take the things and move by themselves, do everything by themselves. So we'll see the big difference here, how people think and how people act. If you guys want to join, I'll give you the link. It's desirettotrade.com/success. You can see the academy there. You're going to be able to sign up today. That's going to be available until Sunday night, Sunday 7 p.m. Eastern. And you guys can join. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, comment below. Let me know. I would love if you're not in the Facebook group to check out the Facebook group at desirettotrade.com/group. You'll be redirected to Facebook, back again to the Facebook group, and that's going to allow you to join. So I look forward to help you out. If you guys have any questions, comment below. I'll stay active for a couple of minutes to answer the questions. If you guys have any. And if not, well, keep taking action. Keep moving forward. Keep taking the steps you need to take to be profitable. And I'm all about taking actions daily, right? All about putting in the work daily, the things you need to do daily, to succeed and move forward. So if you have any questions, let me know. And if not, I'll see you pretty soon, either on a podcast or in another Facebook Live, possibly. Ciao.